Hi there, it's Shell. We are making like a pasta bake. I'm gonna call it like Sloppy Joe pasta bake. I actually found this a couple of years ago on the internet. I do make some changes because that's just what we do. We eat ground turkey, so this I forgot to set it out. So pop that in there, make sure this piece stays in the trash. And we're going to put that on low, and just in case you have like ground beef, you can totally use ground beef, pork, whatever you want to do. Veggie crumbles I think would even be good in this. And I'm just going to let that cook, kind of steam almost on low until that kind of breaks apart, and then we'll complete this part. Okay, when it's mostly thawed out, I am going to add some onion because I want the onion to cook. So if you had one that was totally thawed out, you would just go ahead and put it in as you're cooking. We like onion, so calls for about 1/4 cup, but you know, do your taste. Also calls for bell pepper, so I'm going to put just a little of that. We freeze a bunch of veggies if we can get them for a really good price. Clint doesn't mind chopping, and so we just kind of freeze them, and then we always have them on hand. So now I'm just going to let that kind of cook down, finish thawing out. And then when that's done, you can also add celery here, carrots if you wanted. But I think that's all I'm going to add as far as those veggies. So we're going to let that cook down, and then we'll add the rest of our stuff. I do have a pot of macaroni elbow noodles cooking on the back, so keep an eye on those. You don't want them to overcook, just kind of have a little bit of a bite to them because they will cook some in the oven. So here we go. Those are almost done actually. Almost, probably another minute. Salt and pepper, and I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder. Try to season everything. I think that makes a huge difference when you're cooking. So one of the main reasons I thought we would start this channel is because my brother and sister, neither one of them really cook, and I thought it'd be kind of nice to show them some easy meals and just share with everybody. My brother's so funny. He's like, "Sis, I'm taking baked beans to church this last week," and he was like, "What do I do? How do I keep them warm?" So I gave him some hints, and he's like, "They loved them." So that was cool. He's not a cook. I remember once he's like, "I made homemade hamburgers. They were so yummy." I'm like, "Yeah, they kind of are." But because we're so far out, there's no fast food within 30 miles. So once we make it home, we don't leave. And sometimes we don't leave for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. I think it's been well over a week since we left. So just kind of really want some of that moisture. On turkey, you kind of get moisture like that. It's not oil or anything. This was pretty lean turkey, but I kind of like that out of the pan. Make sure your vegetables are kind of cooked down so they're not crunchy, because they don't really cook in the oven. So let me get that. that looks pretty good to me. Now we're going to go ahead and add a can of tomatoes, diced tomatoes. I think the reason I ended up making this for the first time was we had everything in the house. And it was kind of odd to me. We didn't have like all the ingredients, but what we had worked. So it does call for a can of tomato sauce. That's not typically something I have. And I went through my last one. But I think it's fine like this. Yeah, when I first saw the combination, I was thinking, I don't know if I'm going to like that. But I really did. Okay, so we're going to add some Worcestershire. And secret ingredient, which I absolutely love in this. So here's our Worcestershire. If you don't have this, I know we have some viewers from the UK and stuff. This is kind of like everything in a jar, and kind of like when you add it, it heightens the flavor, if that makes any sense. I don't know if you have something similar. That is just Worcestershire. I'm trying to think of what Miss Gwendolyn would use. You could totally leave this out if you wanted to. It just adds a hint of depth. So I think we're going to add about 2 tablespoons. Again, I just kind of eyeball it. 2. And then my favorite, 2 tablespoons of relish, sweet relish. So they said actually relish juice, but I just use the pickles. I think that's one thing that makes it kind of like a sloppy joe. Like reminiscent of a sloppy joe is that relish, but man, it adds such a good flavor. So you could also use, you could put carrots, like I said, or you could put mushrooms. I've done that before. Really good. You can bulk this up with different veggies. And then the original recipe said to cook it for like an hour. So you could certainly do that. I'm fine with going ahead and putting it together. So what I'm going to do is grab my dish. Okay, so I have my dish over here. I did line it with foil and then I sprayed it. And that's just for easy cleanup. So I'm just going to let this cook until we're ready to pop that on top. Actually, I'll just turn it off. So, you're going to pour in your noodles. So, I'll do this. So again, I used about probably 12 ounces of noodles. Kind of al dente, so right before you would pull them for macaroni and cheese or something. And then this, to me, was the odd part, is a can of cream of mushroom soup. But this added, and I wasn't sure how Clint would like it, but he really liked it. And so what I do, it says to layer it and stuff, but What I like to do is add it and then kind of stir it in with the noodles. Yeah, I like to go ahead and just kind of cover it. You could do that like in the pan, you know, just throw your... But I have layered it before. I just think it tastes better. Kind of more distributed. And really, I mean, if you don't want to use that, you could use... What could you use? Probably like cream of chicken. Ooh, maybe... don't they have like a creamy cheese soup? You could probably even use that here. It'd kind of be like a cheesy hamburger or something. So, and then this goes on top. Very simple. And guys, we love this so much. I always make this size batch and we never eat it. I think it takes us 4 days to eat it if we were to eat on it 100%. So I freeze it and man, it comes back just as good. Just as fresh. We try to freeze a lot of our meals because it is just the two of us. You can only eat on a casserole for so long to start. Okay, and then we're going to top it with some cheddar cheese. Neither one of us are huge cheese freaks, so we just use however much we're feeling at that particular moment. Clint grated the cheese for me. Maybe 2 cups, I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't have a recipe really, it just kind of what works in my head. But, so just kind of make sure everything's kind of covered with the cheese. And we're going to pop that in the oven for about half an hour and then we'll be ready to eat. Okay guys, this looks so delicious. So let me grab a plate. You could totally put this in a bowl if you like to eat like that. And cut into it. We just took it out of the oven. Just let it get really good and melted. Oh, sorry. And like I said, we love this. Just has that macaroni in there. I think it'd be perfect. I was thinking it smells so good, kind of like you could serve like garlic breadsticks or something with it. Definitely a salad. But yeah, we love it. Super simple. Hope you guys give this a try. Until you can make it like one night, stick it in the fridge, and then bake it off the next day if you're in a hurry. And yeah, this will probably feed us about, thinking 6, so 3 meals, 3 good meals for 2. Maybe more if you had like sides and stuff. So hope you guys give this a try. Let me know what you think. And also, once you get to this point, like tonight, we'll stick this in the refrigerator, and then it'll be easy to just cut it into squares and freeze. And then it's like 5 minutes in the microwave, you're ready to eat. Thanks for watching.